Heyo. I was just driving and I thought about something. I feel like America is spiritually dead. And what I mean by that is Americans have no ability to understand spirituality, excuse me. They have no I gotta walk my doors, but it's scary as shit outside right now. Yeah, they have no ability to understand spirituality or like when things happen to them that are of a higher power, right? So like let's say we went to Africa, right? If I go to Africa, and yes, I understand they have technology, they have cities, they have skyscrapers, but generally speaking, the African population can see the, Tunak Boom Balaba or whatever and understand its significance in their culture or, some voodoo thing that happens. They understand that shit. Or like in the South, in the southern parts of America, there's like very few places that are like, oh yeah, the voodoo doll, whatever, if you stab it, it'll whatever, right? But that's kind of low IQ spirituality. No offense to the people that are wherever, but they'll look at a bacterial strain and be like, it's cursed. It's like, well, no, that's just bacteria in your body. I'm talking like spirituality, like real possessions or really things that are like really happening that can really happen. And the reason why I say that is because I just watched Obsession again for like my god, like the fifth time. I've been watching it with my friends. The first time I watched it with a bunch of friends. Second time I watched it with friends. It's like I see new things every time, and I love movies. I love art. I've said this before. I love art. I think art is probably the greatest thing the creator has given us, the ability to understand symbols and to see art and make art and create, right? That's what he does. He sees, you know his image, or rather, you know what I'm saying here. Hopefully I'm making some sense. I know I'm kind of scrambled right now, but like um we are made in the image of God, right? And obviously his image is perfection, but also coming with that is like the ability to create, the ability to design, the ability to have art, the ability to display emotion, feelings, things like that, sympathy. So I see that in artwork. I see that in films. I see that in music. I see that in the arts in general. This is why the arts are so important to me, which is hilarious considering I didn't used to be uh, a big art person. I used to actually kind of poo poo art or artists for most of my life, and I can't believe I ever did. I kind of changed in like the early years of college. Where the hell was I going with that? Oh, yeah, I just watched Obsession again for the fifth time, and my friends and I were talking about the movie, and they didn't even see the weird spiritual things behind what is obviously possession. I know they've said in the interviews it's not, but it's probably the most possessed I've ever seen a person be in a fucking movie. Right? I mean, like, it's honestly better than The Exorcist because possession wise, because like it's so apparent that she is not herself. It's so apparent. And this is what I'm saying is that like I'm sitting there watching it with my friends, and they're enjoying the movie, but they're not seeing the spiritual aspects, the high IQ spirituality out of it, right? Like if God was to help you tomorrow, right? And let's say a deer stops on the side of the road and doesn't run out in front of you. Like, clearly there's something happening there. It's not just the deer decided to stop. It was like, obviously something is helping you. Obviously it's God helping you, right? With the timing. I mean, dude, there's been plenty of times where I've been driving in my car. I've just been so blessed by God to not have hit a deer my entire life. I've been so close. I almost hit a bear last month. And every time it's like the bear or the deer has been like on the side of the road and never ran out once. And usually they do. Usually they'll see you coming and they'll just start sprinting. Nope. Every time they stand on the side of the road, they don't move. They don't move a muscle every time I pass them. I don't think that's an accident. But the fact that I'm noticing the signs and the symbols and things, and I get a little disappointed sometimes when people I know around me don't notice that stuff. They don't see the blessings. They don't see the, spiritual warfare. I know it sounds so corny because that term is thrown around so much, but it's extremely annoying. It's extremely annoying when it's like, oh yeah, that's clearly possession. Look at how she was able to know, like, spoilers, sorry for anybody, but she was able to know that Sarah was going to a party that him and her, Nikki, so Bear and Nikki, didn't even know about. But somehow she was standing in the middle of the room, but yet knew that there was going to be a party that Sarah was going to. How the fuck would she have known that? Unless something was telling her that. See what I'm saying here? Is that clearly something's outside of her body telling her these things. So, once again, we can see the spiritual things happening, like the almost superhuman ability to do things. And people just don't see it. People are just too wrapped up in face value things that they don't see the deeper underlying things. They don't, and this is what I'm saying. America's spiritually dead. It is. America is spiritually dead because how do you give life to somebody? See, this is actually in the Bible too. So, flesh, I think Jesus says this in John 3 when he's talking to Nicodemus. He's like, flesh gives life to flesh, or I'm paraphrasing here. Flesh gives life to flesh, right? So, like, obviously we have kids and, yada yada, but like a dead flesh cannot give life to flesh. Like a dead person can't, somebody who's been dead for 20 years can't give life to somebody. It's impossible, right? And the same thing goes with spiritual life, right? This is why the darkness could not comprehend the light. I think also this is in 1 John. There's sort of a spirit giving life to spirit. God's spirit has to give life to you, right? So this is what I'm saying here is that, like, if people are dead in their, like, understanding of these things, they're just never going to get them. They're never going to fucking get them. Right? And you sort of have to want that. It's like, I want to understand what's happening here. So you have to want that. Because if you don't, you'll never fucking get it. You'll never get it. And I saw that tonight. I hate to say that because I love them so much. They're really great. But we're watching the movie and I'm just taking in everything. I mean, every time I've ever watched a new movie, I'm just fucking taking in everything. The sights, the sounds, the colors, obviously part of the sights, the writing, dialogue. It's just amazing to me. It's like I'm taking it all in. This is why I don't like bad movies. This is why I don't like bad art, bad music, because I'm not trying to put junk food in my body. I'm trying to give myself energy. I'm trying to, make myself stronger, comprehend more things, build upon myself, right? And it's not entirely my own power either. But here's what I'm saying with this, is that it's annoying when I'm watching something with somebody and they're not getting it. They're not having the same emotion as me. This is why I love sharing things with people, because I want people to have what I have. And they never fucking do. And then I end up just frustrated. Or like the worst is when, I'm sharing something and the other person just could care less. And it feels like it's an attack on me because I like it. It's a part of me now and you don't like it. And I shouldn't feel like that because it's really not everybody's cup of tea. But like in the moment when the emotions are high from watching something or listening to something or reading something, and having somebody not care about it the way I care about it, it's like, oh, fuck you. Like, low key. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's annoying. It's annoying. So, I don't mean to be so in my feels right now. I know it sounds gay as hell, and it is gay as hell. But just, America is just fucked right now because I'm hoping that things will change. And maybe I'm just in the wrong crowd of people. Maybe I am. Maybe I got to go find some like art nerds or something. But maybe this is also my giftedness. It's coming through. It's bleeding through in the things that I do. I'm a perfectionist. Sometimes I hate it though, because I shouldn't be a perfectionist, because I'm imperfect and I can't make perfection because I'm imperfect. I just said this before. The flesh will make new flesh. Spirit gives spirit, and the same thing goes with that. Perfection will breed perfection. Imperfection cannot breed perfection. I'm extrapolating upon the scriptures, if you can't tell. Not entirely making my own interpretation, but using it to explain other things in my life. And that's another thing. I do that all the time, and people don't do that. And I feel like I'm in my own crowd, and God damn it, it's annoying. It's annoying because I'm having to explain everything to everybody all the time. Like, why can't they just think for themselves? Why can't they? Why can't they see these things? And I'm not better than them. I know I'm not better than them. It's just that they don't fucking want to. They don't want to see these things. I want to see everything for what it is. Because that's the only way you can understand the truth, is by seeing objectively everything. Or attempting to see everything. All sides. Sorry, I don't mean to get, monologuing and acting like a fucking movie character. Like Father Elijah or something. When I talk, listen. Like, that's what it feels like. I'm having to argue my points. And then I get aggravated and I start yelling like I am right now. Or getting emotionally charged. I've done this before. I've said these things before. But why can't people be better? Why not? Why don't they even try? I know I'm imperfect, but at least I give it a fucking shot. People don't want to give anything a shot. It's annoying. I'm like I said, I'm taking in everything. I mean, I watched Project Hail Mary like last month, and I was like, this is a fucking amazing movie. And people just don't see it the same. I mean, my dad watched it and he was like, oh, it was okay. It was like, what? Are you even fucking paying attention? So, I don't know, man. I love art. And all these things are showing that America doesn't give a shit anymore. Maybe Americans never did. Maybe we as Americans never cared about anything, and which is why our country's falling apart, and everybody's a shit brick, and is just fucking retarded. Nobody wants to make anything cool anymore. I feel like I'm the only one on that front. Everybody wants to be a pushover. The people at the top, the elites, suck. They're terrible. They don't want to make anything either. I don't mean to start shitting on Elon Musk, but like, he doesn't fuck it. Like, it's all a disguise. It's all smoke and mirrors. We're gonna do this so we can go to Mars. Like, bullshit, bro. You're not actually doing anything cool. And it's not even him. It's the engineers. And even then, I'm sure they feel like shit when they get home. Nobody cares. Nobody cares anymore. And I'm trying to bring the care back. But how can I breathe life into something that's already fucking dead?